22-pounder, 10-5, man. What the good Philly sports season, bro.
Here's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So watching
Good fellas sports.
Good Fellas Boxing.
All right, Yordenis Ugas says that Errol Spence, I think Errol Spence is a better fit for my style, a little bit different from Terence Crawford. So he's saying Errol Spence more tailor-made for him than Terence Crawford, which, like I said, styles make fights. And I was trying to explain, and maybe I'll do a space today. Let me see what the weather look like. But I think it's gonna be pretty good today. But and like I told y'all, bro, like Ugas is a pressure fighter. And that's what people don't understand. Straight, it's gonna be straight today. So yeah, Ugas is a pressure fighter. You know what I'm saying? And Spence got really good defense, so far, like I said before, he used his feet to get off the line. But like I said before, when you're dealing with Spence, you don't have to deal with no explosive movement. You know where you're gonna be. His foot. I mean, I think he's just so fundamental that it make it difficult for a lot of fighters. But yeah, I definitely feel where he coming from that, bro. But a lot of times you get in there, man, and it's a totally different ball game. You get in there with some of these dudes, and it's a totally different ball game. So, like I said, Spence, people be thinking because he don't move his head a lot that he don't be moving his head a lot, bro. That he easy to hit, but like I said before, easier said than done. But looking kind of at what he brings to the table, yeah, he upright. You know what I'm saying? More he kind of remind you of the European fighters. But like I said before, I just like to see how it play out. I don't, he fighting a pressure fighter that kind of move his head, kind of a little bit slippery on the inside, and move his head on the inside. Like he don't like he a pressure fighter, but he not an inside fighter. That's kind of how I can explain it. So that's the interesting thing about that. He's a pressure fighter, but he's not like a real, inside fighter. He one of them dudes that just look to land, but he gonna be slippery. I think fighting Sean Porter might help a bit. Fighting Ugas. If Ugas he moves up top, and you know what I'm saying. But like I said before, I think Crawford just got more special effects, and sometimes special effects is just it's glitz and glam. It's kind of like Mysterio and Spider-Man. Sometimes once you kind of break it down to what it truly is, it's just like what I'm saying. It's just like, yeah, it ain't as much as ain't as great as it really was. But let's get to it. Here we go. He says, I think Spence is a better fit for my style, a little bit different from Crawford. He said, Yordenis Ugas was wrote by Jake Donovan. Shout out to Jake. Yordenis Ugas knows better than to think about an undisputed championship showdown with Terence Crawford without first getting past Errol Spence Jr. That said, the reigning WBA welterweight Tyler is believed to have drawn a more favorable matchup for his upcoming fight than one potentially waits in the wings. He said, quote, I do think that Spence is a better fit for my style. Ugas told Boxing.com and other reporters during virtual media call discusses three-belt unification by, quote, I'll be a little bit different with Terence Crawford, that's for sure. For now, Ugas, 27, 4, and 12 KOs, is aware of the challenge that lies ahead. The Miami-based title holder has emerged as a bona fide top three welterweight and coming off his career best win over legendary former A-Division champ Manny Pacquiao last August. Still, Ugas enters as healthy underdog in his second title defense versus Spence, 27-0-21, who puts his WBC IBF belt at stake. So Spence is a negative 450 betting favorite, quarter bet 365 sports book. That means you got to bet 450 to win 100. So on FanDuel, he was a negative 400. I mean, you got to bet 400 to win 100. So unless you parlay them and with something else. Ugas is keen on next facing Crawford. Should all go as planned. And what is the most significant fight? Screech said, quote, I have to stay focused on this fight. Notice Ugas not particularly interested in discussing any other fight. Spence, quote, this is a tough enough challenge. I can't think about anything else. but to beat Errol Spence. But yes, if God bless me with the victory April 16th, the goal is to become undisputed champion and had a fight with Terence Crawford. By no means can I afford to overlook Errol Spence. So, and like I said before, you know what I'm saying? Styles make fights, you know, and is Spence a better fit for style? I mean, shit. I mean, people just look at Spence as fundamental, basic, and sometimes it's all you pretty much need. You know, when you got everything else, chin, good enough speed. So I mean, like I said before, of course, you know what I'm saying. You know, you got somebody who gonna stand there and trade with you, and then Spence box, and then like he the best boxer. You know, people talking about his boxing skills, and he outboxed the lightweight and Mikey Garcia. You get no kudos for that in my book, and then you didn't even beat him. You know what I'm saying? Then you had a draft. Then you kind of went to war with Spence, and I mean with Porter. Says you fought him at his own fight. Okay, but I don't believe that. You was forced to fight Porter like that because he took your jab away. So, of course, you know Errol Spence is easier for him, and that's not even talking about the injuries and whatever else come with come with that, bro. His head gonna be there. He gonna move his feet. You know he got nice length. You know he likes those straight punches. Got a solid right hook. Okay, right hook. I mean for Ugas, you know, you ain't got to worry about nobody moving their head, being slick, being super fast. But you got to worry about this dude being accurate, poised. He don't get emotional. You know what I'm saying? He got a good jab. And once you take his jab away from him, you know, at the end of the day, he got, you know, it becomes an easier fight. It becomes an easier fight. You know, once you take his jab away from him, it becomes an easier fight. You know, still gonna be hard. But that's what Ugas got to do. Take his jab away from him. You know, and if Errol Spence moving backwards, I mean Ugas doing his job. You know, I mean Ugas doing his damn job. But of course, Crawford is grown into the weight class. He tougher. He punching harder. He got better speed, feet speed better, hand speed better. When he want to, he can be disciplined and fundamental. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Errol Spence, Errol Spence ain't even before the accident, he was declining. He was having trouble with weight. His punches didn't have the same snap on him. You know, you ain't really got to worry about his hooks and stuff. He really loved them 1-2 straight punches. Even though he dropped Sean with a hook, that was just more of a flash. So of course you dealing with somebody in Crawford that switch righty to lefty, show you lateral movement, go in and out, punch hard. Now people starting to show how strong he really is. You know what I'm saying? So like I said before, with Ugas, you kind of got, you kind of gotta, gotta know the dude more dangerous. Even though, you got Spence in front of you, you find Spence. You got Spence kind of declining even before, the accident. I mean, yeah, but then again, he might get in there and give you the business. That's what's expected. That's what expected. But I said before, styles make fights. But I think Spence ain't fought too many dudes that's gonna come right at him no matter what. He fought Sean Porter, and now he fighting Yordenis Ugas. And think about Yordenis Ugas, even though he's similar to reach and stature with Danny Garcia and Sean Porter a little bit. I think that his style allowed him to be able to take them chances. Where Danny Garcia was just like, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't quick to have that. He just one of them dudes like to catch and shoot and punch with you. He didn't really want to take the chance getting inside of Errol Spence length. See, Danny 5'8", 68.5-inch arms, and Ugas is around the same thing, but Ugas like to smell your breath. Right around the same thing, 5'9", Ugas like to fight on it. He like to put pressure you. Danny like to, Danny like to catch and shoot instead at the end of shots, and Danny try to get on the inside. Spence length was too much. Ugas gonna be right in the kitchen with him. So, I mean, I don't know. It's a question that we may never learn the answer to, and more likely won't learn the answer to, because most people know Errol Spence is gonna win. People talking about, yeah, you come back and chose to take a tough fight. I think Ugas is a tune-up. So that's what I think. I think Ugas is a tune-up. So, but like I said before, I agree with him. But yeah, man, Errol Spence style just may be so fundamentally and technically sound that his length might give him a problem. But it's gonna be interesting because if Errol is getting pushed on the back foot, he got a better opportunity to win on the back foot than Ugas, for what I've seen. So Ugas gonna go in there, and if it was ever time for Spence to get a knockout, it might be this fight because Ugas gonna be right in his face. But that is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check the Boxing News playlist out. Check the welterweight playlist out. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsor, video quest, all my social media link subscription. Twitter is the fastest way to Facebook and Instagram. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Best way to donate, just comment, thumbs, all that stuff. Hit the link tree if you want to find me on Twitch, Twitter, Spotify, Instagram, Anchor, the whole nine. Also, you can find my donation links there and link in the link tree too. That's in the description. Appreciate the love and support.